The Democrats are realizing too late that they have Bud Lighted their brand.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually.
I ain't afraid of bears. That's what bear hugs are for.
I'm not afraid of families.
An ad like this screams, we need to bring back toxic masculinity. I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your Dumpster Fire. Welcome to Dumpster Fire, where we make burgers out of your sacred cows. And if you can't handle that, this show is not for you. The right has a woman problem, and the left has a man problem. And in order to address it, the Vote Save America PAC, which is affiliated with the Pod Save America, I'm assuming by the name, and those Obama bros, put out this video, which was about men voting for Harris Walz.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
And honestly, if Republicans were going to do a parody video of men who vote for Kamala Harris, they literally wouldn't have needed to change anything about this video at all.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
It is a parody of men. And they had all these men, mostly white men, pretending to be cowboys and one black man in prison lifting weights or something. Pretending that they're dudes, even though they're all very effeminate. And we know now, because everybody's done a deep dive on these guys, that they're pretty much all actors and all bisexual and queer and gay. There was one guy sitting on the tailgate of a truck, and he, as someone in the YouTube comments mentioned, why is he sitting like a high school girl getting her senior pictures taken with his legs crossed and his hands like this the whole time, exactly like a man sits. That's exactly how my men sit.
This one also sends a strong signal of status, of dominance, of power.
Then there was the guy who was like, I'm not afraid of crying in front of my horse.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
That's a pony. Maybe it's the camera angle. Maybe it's like the horse is down. I was like, how is this horse so small?
Bridget was like obsessed with the horse. She couldn't get over the fact that the horse was so small. She kept coming back
Maybe it's like a camera trick, but why would you have a horse that looks smaller than a man? When you're like, I'm not afraid to cry in front of my horse. I'm like, that's like a pony. You just got that from a pony ride. Why is that thing so... It shouldn't be shorter than you.
There is my tiny horse.
That is not manly. Also not manly, the guy who's clearly like leather daddy Santa Claus, also maybe a serial killer.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
In his perfectly clean garage with no oil and brand new tools and a brand new bench, and obviously it's a set. He looks like someone who just finished eating a bunch of people that he murdered on the side of the road.
Have all the cats you want.
The one guy who's like, I eat carburetors for breakfast.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
Like, that doesn't even make sense.
And two, I'm not afraid of women. Like, that's such a weird line.
It's such a weird line.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
First of all, any real man who's in a heterosexual relationship is terrified of his woman. And he should be. He should be. Not scared of her like, oh, she's going to beat me up. Like, I know what she's capable of. I know one thing you guys aren't afraid of, and it's Grindr. He's like, I love women.
I love women.
You couldn't even deliver that line like you mean it. I love women. No, you don't.
Oh boy, I can't wait for our first shore leave so I can get me some fucking poontang.
The party that's been basically openly hostile to men is now suddenly wondering why they're losing the male vote. The party that's smashed the patriarchy, everything is internalized misogyny. Men, and white men in particular, are a scourge and a plague upon the earth. They're literally evil and have done nothing right in the history of mankind except for be oppressors and colonizers. Yes, I can't believe you're losing their vote. It's so strange. However did this happen?
It's a mystery. It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma.
Enigma.
You're generally being hostile and vicious to anyone with a penis, unless, of course, it's a woman with a penis. You've been pandering to women, you've been pandering to men who want to be women, and now you're finally pandering to men, and oh boy, have you lost the plot. You don't have any idea what men are anymore. Clearly.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Also, how convenient that you finally know the difference between men and women. Oh, magically, suddenly we know what men are, suddenly we know what women are, and you can use phrases like man up and vote for Harris, which I was told when I said it was my deep internalization of misogyny and the patriarchy. All of a sudden, you can use gendered language, you know what a man is, you know what a woman is, and then you rely on these lame stereotypes to portray what you think a man is. Like, you are so detached from actual men, you don't even know what a real man is anymore or what like a normal man is like.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
You couldn't have found any straight actors to be in this video? Like our good friend Steve Howie, who's a dude's dude? Like, no one. You couldn't have found a guy to actually be in this video?
Like a real cowboy and but would they have agreed to be in this video?
I love the like chorus girl hands. I still can't get over that. You can't convince me this wasn't made by a Republican opposition group to Harris. Gay David Goggins is the most masculine one of the group.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Real men get their prostates checked. Real men know what their T levels are. That's right. They take care of themselves and pay attention to their health. With Quest Health's line of tests for men, you can order a multitude of men's health panel tests that keep you informed about your health. You can check your testosterone levels, get a prostate screening, a colorectal screening. All of this is so hot. Or take their comprehensive men's health profile test for a more complete picture of your health and wellness. Purchase lab tests online, visit a nearby Quest Diagnostics location for sample collection. No doctor's visit required. Your results are delivered online, quickly and discreetly. Guys, you should know this stuff. You should know where your testosterone levels are at. It affects everything from what you should be eating to how you're feeling to depression. I mean, so many things are affected by your hormones. So prioritize your health and visit questhealth.com today. Use the code FIRE to get 25% off and find answers to the multitude of health questions you may have. Go to questhealth.com, use the code FIRE, and the link is in the description below. Now let's check the weather with Jackie Garrido.
En el área triestatal ha mejorado la situación bastante, así que Boston hoy con una máxima en los 71 grados, al igual que ustedes en Nueva York en 78 días anteriores.
Thank you, Jackie. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, touch my bells and buttons. You can go subscribe to Phetasy.com and see all of the stuff we cut out and me dying laughing. In their attempt to get the male vote, they also trotted out Tim Walz to go pheasant hunting, and he didn't know how to load his shotgun, which was embarrassing for me to watch.
And it never fits quite right. Never fits quite right. Just not quite right. How do you give it back?
Why didn't anybody make sure he knew how to do this before they put him on camera? Nothing says I'm a real man and a folksy Midwestern dad's dad, like saying something like, I don't want the kickback to hurt my shoulder.
It doesn't hurt your shoulder as much.
I don't even know what they're doing anymore. I'm actually convinced that they're trying to get them to lose at this point because clearly her advisors are not preparing them for anything. Trump has been confirmed to go on Rogan, and now there's talk that Kamala is going on Rogan. There was a Brett Baier interview on Fox last night that, two Americas. The left says she killed it. The right says it was a disaster. I'm curious to know what independents think. If you watched it and you're independent, what did you think? We'd love to hear from you. Tell Maggie in the comments. if you watch this, because now I'm not sure if she will go on. I think she probably will, but people were saying it was horrible. I don't, again, understand how she has no canned answers, no just prepared responses for questions. She kept repeating, Joe Biden's not on the ballot. Joe Biden's not on the ballot. When he was asking about how long basically she knew he was unfit, or when did she realize it.
When did you first notice that President Biden's mental faculties appeared diminished?
Joe Biden, I have watched from the Oval Office to the Situation Room, and he has the judgment and the experience to do exactly what he has done in making very important decisions on behalf of the American people.
There were no concerns raised?
Brett, Joe Biden is not on the ballot.
You could have a very clear answer, like the decline started happening rapidly, our team assessed things, and then we made a decision. The end! Instead, it's like Joe Biden's not on the ballot. Well, gee, Kamala, why isn't Joe Biden on the ballot? How are you this unprepared? Literally, hire me to be a consultant. I'm here for you guys. I'm a former Democrat who you lost. I know everything you're doing wrong. I can right this ship. We're trying to give you guys more dumpster fire more often, especially as we head into the election. So we're going to be shooting more of these more often. If you love what we do and you want to see even more behind the scenes madness, go to Phetasy.com and become a supporter. It is the best way you can support us and this crazy little flim flam shim sham operation that we run. We love you. Thank you for being here. Good luck out there, people. It's madness. And like, subscribe, comment, touch my bells and buttons. Now to cleanse your palate, the internet is glorious.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a macho man.
I'm a macho man. I'll tell you another thing I'm sure as shit not afraid of. Women.
Last year I did a wine tour in Tuscany with women.
I'm physically attracted exclusively to women.
A woman wants to be president? Well, I'm man enough to give her my full-throated support.
You already had me at full-throated.
I'm man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
You know, I'm not actually sure anyone wants to do that.
Oh, that Tim. You should get tested.
This has been your dumpster fire. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now make me rich! Give me some of that Soros money to rehab the Democratic Party. You guys need some help.
And the unicorns dance while the world burns, world burns.